Now look, based on Netanyahu's track record and his plans, do you think he should stay in the job?
Well, most Israelis actually do not think he should stay in the job because approximately 3/4 of the voters are not going to vote for him. The 1/4 or so of the voters will probably give him enough power to form a coalition with other slates, other parties. But he, as Paula just said in her report, he is not very likable. And the problem is the opposition is not unified, and there is no other candidate who could attract enough votes to beat Netanyahu.
Well, you mentioned he isn't particularly popular at the moment, but why are his right-wing supporters turning their backs on him?
Well, the Likud party is not really right-wing in Israeli terms. Right now, it is a bit right of center, and the fact that it has created a sort of a merger with Avigdor Lieberman's Israel Beitenu, which was supported by many Israelis of Russian extraction, has turned off some voters, and many of Lieberman's voters have also turned away from this party. To the right of Likud Beitenu, there is another party led by Mr. Naftali Bennett, and he is a 40 years old, quite attractive Israeli to the new generation. So he may be Netanyahu's major partner in the new coalition, but if he is the new partner, then Netanyahu will probably be on a collision course with the Obama administration. So it's going to be a very tough month ahead for coalition forming, and this may not be the last election campaign we may see here in the coming year. We may have a period of unstable parliament, unstable government, and new elections.
Well, a major issue, isn't it, is the two-state solution to the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. That seems to be in a shambles, and Netanyahu wants more settlements. So how is that affecting his image at home?
Well, I beg to differ. It is perhaps in shambles right now because there is no initiative coming from either Israel or outside of it. However, once President Obama, who has just been inaugurated for his second term, once he comes out with a major diplomatic initiative, with Secretary of State John Kerry, who is for such an initiative, then most of the Israeli public may turn against Netanyahu, against his own prime minister, if he tries to torpedo such an initiative. The silent majority in Israel wants a solution, and the only possible, the only practical solution is the two-state solution. So we may yet see within the next year or two some breakthrough towards such a solution.
Well, let's stay on that topic because, you know, US President Obama and the Prime Minister Netanyahu aren't getting along, with Netanyahu now pressing on with more settlements. Isn't there a risk, do you think, Obama will throw Israel under the bus, to use the words of the former Republican candidate Mitt Romney?
Well, as you say, former Republican candidate Mitt Romney, on whom Netanyahu put his bets in the elections. Netanyahu lost as well as Romney. President Obama definitely did not throw Israel under the bus. President Obama, if at all, is considered pro-Israeli, even though he is anti-Netanyahu. The two are not synonymous. Netanyahu is not Israel. He is the current prime minister, but his policy vis-à-vis the Palestinians and vis-à-vis the United States, the major benefactor, perhaps the only benefactor Israel has, this policy is not supported by the majority of Israelis. So if we are going to see a clash between Netanyahu and Obama, then Netanyahu will not be supported by many people in Israel, and then again you may see new elections, early elections.
All right, well, let's talk about Iran. Warmongering with Iran certainly seems to boost approval ratings for the election, but how prepared is Israel for real combat with Tehran?
Well, Netanyahu came to power 4 years ago vowing to end Iran's quest for nuclear power. He failed in that, but he was mostly stopped by people from within Israel, from within the top ranks of the military, the intelligence community, as well as State President Shimon Peres. This was a very rare coalition of people who see the military campaign against Iran as a last resort, not as some gamble on a whim, as Netanyahu is perceived to be doing. He cannot, even if he wins tomorrow, even if he wins next week or so, when President Peres confers the coalition forming duty on him, even if he does win that, Netanyahu will not be able to say that he won a mandate for a campaign against Iran, because this was not an issue at all in the campaign.
Amir, thank you very much for your thoughts. That was Amir Oren, the senior correspondent and columnist for the Haaretz newspaper.